Studios, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Jeremy Greene of ESPN Radio, joined by Panther fan extraordinaire Tommy Bradley, and this is the Atlanta Falcons 2021 win-loss projection video from the Sportsocracy. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button so you'll know every time we go live, including 9 a.m. every weekday morning for the Sportsocracy Morning Show, brought to you, as always, by Wicked Weed Brewing. Tommy, the Atlanta Falcons are a team that we had a lot of dissent on. There are some people that think they're going to be markedly better, some people that think they're going to be about the same team they were last year. What say you, my Panther fan friend?
Look, the Falcons, hashtag birds aren't real, by the way.
Hashtag birds aren't real.
They always have a good offense. Like, I know Kyle Pitts is a generational tight end talent, but it doesn't really work out every year with these tight ends in the first round. I know he's different. He's a receiver. He still has to come up with, he has to do more blocking. He's going to have to figure out their blocking scheme. Arthur Smith, coming from Tennessee, he's a run-first head coach and a run-first coordinator, and he saw how well that worked out. So Pitts is going to have to come in and block, which I think he can do. They're still going to have the explosive offense with Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones. It makes me sick to my stomach thinking about all of the weapons that they have in Atlanta and how Carolina and these other teams are going to defend them. But they seem like they have that talent on offense every year, and the thing that breaks them is their defense. They can't ever hold anybody to enough points to where they're competitive every year.
And that's one of the questions that I have is there going to be even a regression to the defense losing Dan Quinn? Dan Quinn was, at the end of the day, still a smart guy on defense. Yeah. I think he's going to do nice things for the Dallas Cowboys defense. But I look at Atlanta's defense and say, you know what, there's guys to like here. I like Richie Grant that they got in the draft.
Oh, 100%.
I like some of these young guys that they have. It's just a question of can it come together. And one of the things that I noticed off the jump when the schedule came out, it starts awfully nicely. I mean, looking at their schedule, you start with, lost my place there. Week 1, you start with the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's
about as nice of an opening week game as you could have.
Birds on birds, by the way.
Hashtag birds totally aren't real.
Definitely not.
At Tampa Bay week 2, then you play the Giants, Washington football team, New York Jets before your bye. That Jet game's in London.
Yeah.
I just look at the schedule and there's too many Buffalo, New Orleans, or Buffalo, San Francisco, New England, Dallas, Miami's on this schedule.
I mean, just that stretch. I mean, if they start out, 3-2,
and I think they could.
Yeah, they very easily could. And the Falcons every year, it seems like they're Jekyll and Hyde. Some games they look like they're world beaters and they can go to the Super Bowl. And then other games that they should win, they completely don't have. Matt Ryan will have some turnovers. The defense can't hold anybody and they'll get blown out. You never know what you're going to have with this team. And I think Arthur Smith is going to come in and bring some more level-headedness, bring some more consistency to that program. I really do believe in him as a coach. But it really just depends on how many years they are away from making that defense a Super Bowl contender again. And, they always have talent. They always have young pieces. It's just how quickly can they get it together. And the main thing is, even with their schedule playing out pretty easy in the beginning, that division's tough. And it's how many wins can you steal? Can you steal a win both games with New Orleans? Can you steal a win from the Panthers? How the 2 games with the Bucks plays out. It's really going to be their season's going to depend on that divisional matchup.
I agree with you. I look at Arthur Smith and go, you hired the right coach. Yeah. I think you hired the right GM and Terry Fontenot. And you were talking about Kyle Pitts. I think they view Kyle Pitts as a wide receiver. You've still got Hayden Hurst that can block. I think they're going to run some 2 tight end sets with that. I do like Mike Davis in the backfield.
Arthur Smith loves the 2 tight end sets.
Yeah, I mean, and I look at this team and go, I don't think they're that far away.
No.
You had them at 7-10, 2 games behind the Carolina Panthers in the NFC South. And I don't think I could easily see a path that it goes that way.
Yeah.
I see Atlanta as a team that could range anywhere from 5 wins to 9 wins. And it wouldn't shock me in the least.
Yeah.
Conversely, I've got them at 3-14.
Ooh.
Because I just look at the schedule and I don't know who I have them starting 2-3.
Yeah.
They beat Philadelphia, they beat the Giants.
Right.
And then they go about, I don't know, the rest of the season with games that I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Either they come at weird times for the other team coming off buys, or you get like a New England on a Thursday night in the middle of the season.
Right.
I get Bill Belichick, you're on short rest. Who do you think I'm going to like?
Yeah,
I think if that game's on a Sunday, I can see a path where I take Atlanta. I'm not going to. Jacksonville in Jacksonville. I don't love Matt Ryan outside. I know it's Jacksonville. It's going to be temperate in November, but I just don't love Matt Ryan outside and never have.
Yeah.
And I look at the entire schedule and just go, you didn't get done a lot of favors.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in spite of how high I am on Kyle Pitts, and I think they're building something, I think you're a year away from being legitimately competitive.
I can completely see that. I just don't see with what they added them falling off much farther than they've already been. I mean, they're consistently in that range every year in the South. I mean, everyone beats up on each other in the South. It doesn't matter how good of a team the Panthers have. It seems like every year they go play in Atlanta, Atlanta runs them off the field with their receiving core. And they're going to have the weapons to do that. You're going to have some games where teams should go into Atlanta and beat them, but in their dome, in their stadium, on that turf, they're going to be able to get the ball to Julio and Ridley and Pitts. You're not going to have enough defenders, skill player defenders to stop them. And yeah, you're going to have to get after the quarterback, and some teams can do that, but I feel like some teams are going to go down to Atlanta and really just get blown away by the talent in the first couple quarters and not be able to climb back in it.
And I agree with that. Every year I make a list of the 3 teams that I think I could be too low on and the 3 teams that I'm too high on.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons are on my I could be too low on them list. The teams, and I've got a pretty good track record of being right when I say I'm too low on a team. I look at the win-loss record, and that was one of the ones that I got to the end of the exercise, and I just went, that's not enough.
Yeah, people have to understand the way we do this is different than just looking at a team and going through their schedule. We have a complete spreadsheet where we go week by week, put zeros and ones in for wins and losses, and we don't know the total or the record until the end, till we get done and add it all up.
It's not added up till the end, so it's basically a blind draw.
Yes.
You cannot get swayed. You have to look at every individual game. You have to think about the scenarios as they're playing out in your head, and it tends to make you more accurate with how you pick games.
Right.
That being said, like I said, if there's a team in the NFC that I'm too low on, it's the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think there's a path where they're playoff competitive.
Right.
However, I do see a path where they are competitive. The record gets markedly better, and you see growth under Arthur Smith.
100%, and that's why I said that about the way we do things, because I have a feeling if you saw as you were doing it that the Falcons were ending up at 2-14 towards the end of the season, I feel like you would have tried to look at some things over and gave them some more wins. But that's just the way it played out, and that's the way we do it to try to be objective. And I've done that with some teams, and I feel like the Falcons might have been one of those for you.
Hashtag no homer. For Tommy Bradley, I'm Jeremy Greene. This has been the Sportsocracy's 2021 win projection video for the Atlanta Falcons. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button so you'll know every time we go live, including 9 a.m. right here from the Wicked Weed Studios every morning for the Sportsocracy Morning Show. As always, we're brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.